All right, welcome to room 302 for podcast today. Let me introduce the table of personalities. To my right is Cameron Lay. I was going to say something about the Nationals, but I didn't. Going down the line, we have Blake Winger. Go Phillies. Go Phils. Next is Colton Morrison. He has other names. Aiden Sally. Wes Reel, who doesn't look like he's going to talk. He's kind of hiding under the table. Jaden Best. Steelers aren't good. Jaden. And Max Long. We have a lot to talk about with the Steelers and all their trades.
Can't tell whether they're trying to get worse or trying to get better.
I feel the same way. So let's start off there with Claypool. Let's just go around. Good move, bad move. Good move for the Bears. Good move for the Steelers.
I think the Steelers won.
A second round pick, right?
Yeah. Just for a second?
Yeah. I don't think Claypool's worth even a second. I would probably say like a third at most.
Yeah, I think so.
But I think the Bears made a good move there.
So you think it's actually a pretty good move for both guys?
Mhm.
Can.
Yeah.
All right. I can sort of see that as well. Like, I think it makes their whole receiving core better. I like Mooney. I think he's decent. So I think it makes him better.
I think with a running heavy quarterback without a super big receiver, with all like the mid receivers that they have, they could like do something more offensively.
Okay. Jaden, you're the expert on one of the experts on the Steelers.
Yes, a second for him, that's more than I thought we would get. If you think about it, that's basically what Arizona gave up to get Hopkins, and the 49ers didn't give up much more for McCaffrey. But I will say, I saw this on Twitter, Steeler fans wanted to get rid of Canada, not the Canadians.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, honestly, I mean their problem's not going to get fixed, and they still have that same offensive coordinator. He's terrible.
Yeah, they're so loyal to their coaches. Like, I don't like what they're doing.
Tomlin's winning season. Tomlin's not going to leave though.
Yeah, they're not going to fire. They're not going to get rid of him.
No way.
Wes, anything?
I think it was an even
Okay. Okay.
I like the move for the Bears.
All right.
I think trying to get younger.
Yeah.
Claypool has potential.
Claypool has a lot of potential.
In my opinion, though, Claypool he's not very good at getting away from like his defense. Like every time like he gets the ball, there's just someone there to tackle him.
He looked better with Roethlisberger. And
Yeah, I think that's kind of some growing pains with Pickett a little bit too. I mean, he's pretty young. I didn't realize though he's 24. That's pretty old for a rookie in the NFL. He's as old as Joe Burrow, I think, which is kind of a weird thing if you think about it. What about the Bradley Chubb trade?
he's a stud.
He is a stud. I guess he was going to be a free agent though. From what I understand, they got a first for him. I thought a first was too much. The running back,
Dolphins gave up Chase Edmonds.
Chase Edmonds already won.
They still have Minister.
and they got Jeff Wilson
Yeah,
Jr.
they signed Jeff Wilson.
In my eyes, there's no defensive player with a first round pick.
Okay.
That is so untrue. Aaron Donald's not worth the first
You
round
can
pick.
just double.
Micah Parsons
Just
is not
double
worth
every play and he's out of the
first
game.
round pick.
But
The thing
Double
is,
is
he's free agent.
Colton, from a football standpoint, if I'm doubling him, then it opens up so many different things on my defense.
Even if it's not him himself,
Those
like
weak points to every defense is leave one of them open, rely on your skill position players to beat them.
So you're saying that the one other thing I will say about giving up a number one is it wasn't their one, it was the Saints one. I don't know why they got the Saints one. I don't remember, but they had the Saints one. They were one of those teams that was
fairly valuable.
yeah.
They're not great.
They were one of those teams that was stockpiling picks for a while too. So they probably have a lot of picks. So Colton, you're saying that's way too much for a defensive player.
I'm not familiar with the Dolphins defense a lot. I'm not sure how much they need.
Their linebackers are very thin. They don't have much talent there. But
Bradley Chubb's a pass
The
rusher.
Bills,
but he's a left
the Bills
outside
this year have been known
linebacker.
for destroying linebackers. They injured two Green Bay linebackers and injured two Miami.
I think Chubb coming off the edge for the Dolphins. I think that'll.
I think he's going to be really good with them.
But I think it helps them. I'm just not sure if it was worth it.
From what I've heard and from what I've read, their biggest problem is on in the back with the defensive back. Like they're really struggling back there. I saw like some Dolphin fans saying, "Why are we getting him when we could have got a safety or a corner?" So I don't know.
That's not necessarily
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, one kind of feeds off the other, so it'll be interesting to see. I don't. What is their record? What's the Dolphins' record?
They're number 500, I think.
Okay.
Or they found they're 500.
Yeah. So they've made a lot of changes.
I mean, if they're going.
Did they win this week or lose?
They won, but they were down the whole time.
They're 500. Yeah,
So,
they're 400.
they beat the Lions, but I want to talk about the Lions, and they're interesting. I think. Football. You think the Lions are the Phillies of football?
They play with so much heart. What's his name? Dan Campbell.
Well, here's the thing, they're 1-6.
Yeah.
The Phillies are winning the World Series this year.
Okay, this isn't fantasy football.
The Yankees are on the couch.
Fantasy football podcast.
So I wanted to ask Wes about being a Ravens fan. Are you excited about getting Roquan Smith? He is a great linebacker. And their defense has been un-Raven-like, I think. So yeah, I think that's interesting for them. Kind of been under the radar a little bit. Kind of knew that was going to happen for the Bears, but
Beat the Ravens, give up.
I think they gave up a third or a fourth. I think. He has a big contract. I think so. That was a big thing. What about Hawkinson?
This is just. If you're the Lions, why would you do this?
I mean, he's a young guy, right?
Yeah. Like if you're rebuilding the team, you got Swift, Hawkinson. Why would you?
Hawkinson is making $10 million this year.
Who's the Vikings?
He has a $9.4 million.
He's really young.
Option that
They
he's going
signed
to
another
opt into.
young tight
They
end.
don't want to pay that contract. They have to.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with having two good tight ends, but Irv Smith is on the IR. Yeah,
He just got added.
yeah. I just saw it today because I was like, "What about Irv Smith?" Because I like Irv Smith, but he is on the IR. But long term, I mean, two good tight ends. How about fantasy value for those guys when they're both there? I think Hawkinson's fantasy value goes up now, but
Jeff.
what is
Cook.
Yeah.
No, I don't think it goes down a lot, but I don't think that the potential for a 35, 40 point game for either of them is still.
Travis will have
He'll still get his 25 a week probably, but it won't be as easy.
Do you guys trust? Do you trust the Vikings anyway? I don't like.
I don't trust
Kirk Cousins is a bipolar quarterback.
Yeah. Well, anytime he's in the spotlight,
He looks really bad against the Eagles. Eagles defense is good when you're wrong.
They're 6-1. Are they?
Yes.
They're 6-1.
They're 6-1.
See the thing about Hawkinson if you're the Lions and you're trying to rebuild for a younger team, I don't get trading away because not even just fantasy, but in real life, the tight end like tiers are so thin. Like there's a couple good ones, and then the mid, and then it drops down. So Hawkinson being one of that like middle to high tier tight end, I just don't get why you would trade him away.
Yeah, I don't either. I mean,
Here's the
I
thing with
don't know.
Here's what I think about these trade deadline trades. The thing with the NFL is there's so many injuries, there's so many busts, there's so many picks in general that any pick could go absolutely to nothing in that day. I mean, if you look back at a lot of guys, if you look at compared to other sports like the NBA and MLB, actually the MLB is the worst. There's not as many busts. Like,
Yeah.
in the NFL,
And
draft-wise.
I was kind of thinking about that with the Steelers too. Like, you get that number 2 pick, but if you don't get somebody good, it's like
You just
I
trade
don't know.
Right now?
No, for Claypool, they got a number 2 pick.
Yeah.
Right. It's. I mean, it is. There is potential in that pick for sure.
Yeah, I did see that too.
Yeah.
Heat replacement.
Yeah. What about Ridley? I think that's.
I like
Interesting.
I'm excited to see that.
Yeah. I watched Lawrence a little bit over the weekend, and I'm not. I want to be, but
everybody wants him.
He played really bad against the Eagles. That was bad.
right. I mean, I like Denver has a pretty good defense too, but I'm just not sold on him. But put a Calvin Ridley in there with the guys they already have, like Kirk and
As long as he stays off DraftKings.
How many years do you have left on his contract?
Who, Lawrence?
No, Ridley.
Ridley? I don't know. I mean, I would imagine he's still on his rookie contract. Probably at least a year or two.
I think in a couple years with Lawrence, Etienne, Ridley, and Kirk, I think the Jaguars' offense could be.
But that's all they know.
Yeah. If
Yeah.
Kirk,
Yeah, I'm impressed with him.
Might be a little beastly here because Ridley voted he was betting against the Jaguars.
I don't think anybody cares about that. I don't know. Maxwell Jackson III, is that going to solve all the Steelers?
I don't know. The Steelers
Secondary
they definitely have a corner issue, and Minka can't be who he is whenever. Yeah, and Fitzpatrick can't be who he is whenever he has to be a corner. So I don't know. I'm just hoping that can put another.
As the Commanders expert,
So he's not going to help. Even though who were they throwing out there? A Kilo Witherspoon or whatever.
no effort.
Yeah.
Now I know you didn't want to be in Washington, but still, play
Well,
like
who
you get.
does? I mean, no offense, no one wants to do that. Are you a Commanders guy?
Yeah.
Okay. That's fair.
Well, you guys.
Well, they didn't get. Actually, you know what? That trade, I was looking at that. They gave up a 5 for him, and Washington sent him and a 6. So it's almost like, did they really give up anything?
Hey, you gotta pay $10 million in his salary. So.
Yeah, and hey, gotta like the pickup.
I love James Cook coming to college, but watching him play week 1 was hurt my soul. And like now that James Cook is in Indianapolis, I feel like
I thought it was Zach Moss.
oh shit, I thought James Cook. Oh, it was Zach Moss. Oh, Zach Moss means nothing. Well, so now we have two. So now we have.
Don't him, Zach Moss.
I thought former rugby player Zach Moss. I thought it was James Cook. So yeah, I'm very happy.
He's a former professional rugby player.
Can I give a shout out to the Eagles here? This happened like
We are still recording, but we're almost out of time for the first part. We can go to the second part. So we're gonna do that. Let's